Welcome in, IllinoisPrep.com. I am Skylar King, talking Central Suburban League preview. As always, you can get at me at SkylarIPrep on Twitter. Hit the message boards. Talk about what everyone's going to be swimming at the end of the year. Obviously, when you talk about this conference, it all starts with the Trevians, the defending champs. They are loaded once again. I was at the boys' conference meet last year for the Central Suburban League, and when you're as good as New Trier is, you've got a lot of swimmers at the, that are your sophomore JV lineup type people that could make a lot of state lineups. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking for is where's who are the future Samantha Jameses of New Trier. And no other conference, no other team really has that aspect to it where you got kids left and right that can make state relays and qualify individually that aren't even making it to sectionals. And so I'm really excited to see those type of people and get a look at, who could be making an impact for the Trevians next year. On the varsity level, to me, it's about what is Glenbrook South going to do against New Trier's two sprint relays. These are going to be two of the fastest teams in the state, if not the two fastest teams in the state when it comes to that 200 medley and the 200 free relay. I'll be interested to see if Smoliga is on both of them. She very well could be on the 400. But again, like we talked about with the North Suburban Conference, these championship meets are coming fast and furious at this point. You need to get your lineup set. You need to get people into swim-offs. The spots that you're not sure of, you need to figure them out now and get that sectional lineup set and submitted, and so you're ready to go for a week from Saturday when we're seeing who's qualifying for the state meet and in what. Again, I think I'll be really excited to see if Smoliga and James get to duke it out in the backstroke. Will Smoliga and James get to duke it out in the 50? There's been some chatter on the message boards, and just from talking to fans when I go to meets, is Samantha James going to swim the fly? Is Samantha James going to swim the 50? Is she going to swim the 100? Is she going to swim the backstroke? Very versatile. She can swim the IM. But again, as I talked about with the North Suburban, also I think for the most part you're going to see people swimming their sectional events because you just want to get them in that mindset. These are your events. Get your preparation set so you know what you're going to be doing a week and 2 weeks from now. The amount of rest you're getting between events, preparing for that, and so I'm really interested to see. There's a good chance she's going to be swimming the 100 free in the backstroke just like last year, and all this speculation was for nothing. But it'll be interesting to see where she goes. Obviously, so much depth for New Trier. The conference and conference type meet is just tailor made for what they have, and obviously the sectional for New Trier, Glenbrook South, and I believe Loyola's in that sectional too, should be one of, if not the very best sectional in the state going forward. But again, Smoliga, what are the Wells sisters swimming? Are they both going to go the 100 free? One of them's going to go 2 free relays. One of them's going to go the 50, and one of them's going to go 103 relays. And I think we're pretty sure that Hangles is going the fly and the breaststroke. And who's the medley relay flyer? I know the two flyers were really close last year. Seems like Kimmy Durkin is taking control of that. At the St. Charles North invite, when I saw him, she was the one in it. Seems like most of the results that we've seen, Durkin's been the medley relay flyer. And again, these two teams are really going to make an impact at the state meet. Obviously, New Trier should be the runaway winner. But Glenbrook South, Smoliga, there's probably little argument that she's the most dominant force in Illinois swimming right now. And so everything she does is going to get looked at. I think that there's probably some people that have considered, as we talked about with James, moving out of events to avoid having to swim Olivia Smoliga because they'd like to go try and win something. And there's a lot of talented girls in the state, and they can't all win they can't all win an event, let alone two, like Small Liga should do at the state meet. And so it'll be interesting to see if, like I said, we do get James and Small Liga going toe-to-toe. I hope we do. Those would definitely be some really exciting showdowns. Otherwise, you know you're going to get some big times out of New Trier, especially with the relays. They have a boatload of freestylers. And again, I think it'll be interesting to see if anyone emerges for them in the 50 free other than James that might be a potential scorer. And, in the IM, I think, at New Trier relays, no one really caught my eye as someone that could score in the IM, which is why there might be some speculation that James could go after the IM. We know that New Trier's got a ton of talent. It's just all about how they're going to spread it out and attack these sectional and state meets in a few weeks. And, you'll get a good look at it because, there are going to be a handful of girls shaving for all these teams. And so, the ones that probably are not making the sectional and state team. Although with New Trier, if you get someone that catches fire with all that talent, you might realize, this person should have been on the sectional team, and then you can string her along and get some yards back in her and have her ready to go for sectionals and state. So ton of great swimming is going to be happening at this conference. It's definitely the one to be at this weekend with the two big teams, especially to see Small Liga, James, the sprint relays, and how all that plays out. So, only a couple weeks away. Big conference here for the Central Suburban. Hopefully we get a preview of what the sectional is going to be like because, like I said, especially with Loyola in there too, that sectional should be really the best out of any of them when you talk about that top-end talent. So it should be exciting. I'll be at the Central Suburban meet on Saturday, checking it all out. And we will see you next week talking sectional swimming here at IllinoisPrep.com.